Hey guys, welcome back to our Raising Real Estate Standards podcast.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, so today we want to talk about finding the sweet spot where you're at in your business.
Are we playing golf?
Not playing golf. We're actually going to focus on, so many people they get caught in their business, they get caught in a rut. And you've heard the saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Well, that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. So, do you know what you like? Do you know what it is that you're good at? That's the question that I want to ask here. That's what I want to uncover. That's basically saying, are you in your sweet spot or not?
I can tell you I know what I'm not good at. That's a lot of things. But nailing down what you are good at is a difficult task when you have to look inward of yourself, because sometimes you're not really honest with yourself. It's taking into consideration what people have told you, what the outside surroundings are, and you think this is what it is, but sometimes that's not exactly entirely true.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example kind of where I landed in this is I've always had this entrepreneurial aspect and piece in my heart. I've always loved business and everything about it. In college, I got steered towards going into accounting. I was good at it at that point in time. And I got steered into that area, which was a very good thing. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from that. But what happened was that's the path I went down. That's the route I went down in my life, career-wise. So I worked for a public accounting company, worked for a private company, all in the accounting area. Did it for about 8 years. Never was really excited about it. Never really enjoyed it.
So going into work and looking at other people's financials and how they're making lots of money, and you're just looking at it?
Well, yeah, it just never, I could do it.
You're good at it.
I was pretty good at it. But it wasn't that thing that made me go, yeah, I just love getting up every day and doing this.
That's right.
But when I came back to the family business that, we do now, we basically have a family of real estate businesses now. This is something that I love. I love the aspect of starting a business. But anyway, I found that sweet spot. I found what I really enjoy doing. I enjoy helping people, and I enjoy starting and building businesses. Those are my thing. That's how I found my sweet spot.
Yeah, it's similar situation. And it's you find yourself, whether it be in a career, whatever it may be, if it doesn't jive with who you are, getting up every single day can become a chore, and it can weigh on you. It's difficult. It's not in harmony with your interests, your personal self. And same thing with me. It's a very similar situation. I graduated college. I was going to be doing IT stuff. I still have a pretty good handle on IT. Can work myself around computer and networking systems and stuff like that. And that's what I was going to do. Went and got a job at it and hated it. And found that, I just don't like doing that on a day in and day out basis. I'm good at it. I have the mind for it, but it's not a passion by any means.
Right. Yeah. So we've introduced something in our business that has really helped out a lot. It's called the DISC test. Now, there's many different types of personality profiles that you can do, but we have found this has been very, very beneficial in our business.
Absolutely. And, there are, as many personality tests are, there are a lot of different DISC tests. There's, super in-depth ones that will take, 45 minutes to an hour to complete. It really dives in and gets a lot of information. And there are some ones that are really just high level, personality, tests that are less in depth. One of the things that we have found is it allows us as trainers, as coaches, as people who are, our passion, as Brian mentioned, is starting businesses. That's part of our passion. But, in my opinion, our main passion, or my main passion, is helping people get better. We're in the real estate world, so we're working with real estate agents. So working with real estate agents to help them get better at their game and better at their craft to increase their business. And we for a long time we went into a conversation with an agent with a formula, and everybody fit the same formula. Everybody that we walked to and talked to, this is what you do, and the formula works. Just don't get me wrong, the formula works. But sometimes it does not mesh with who the person that's sitting across the table from us. We were introduced to this by our coach, and so we started bringing this into the training room and the consultative room to really sit down and find out who this person is and what makes them tick.
Yeah, so you'll hear that a lot of people, when you're in sales, you're going to lead generate the way you like to be sold to, or let's call it lead generated to. Same thing with recruiting. You're going to recruit the way you want to be recruited to. And by understanding these personality profiles, what you do is you understand that not everybody is like you. And that's okay. That's great. But you have to understand the different types of personalities that are out there and what is going to attract them to you, what you can do and what you can say to attract them to you.
Absolutely. And to take it a step further is you would think that people are going to do what's in line with their personality test, but I would take a step back and say that's not always true. People do what they're taught, and they do what has been shown to them that works. There's a prime example. There's some large organizations out there, large companies real estate companies out there that teach one way of doing business. And you come in and you fit in. You go into their training program, and this is how you're going to do it. You're going to do this, this, this. We're not going to go through what those are, but some people don't mesh well with that. But yet that's all they know how to do. You pull them out of that environment, you bring them into a different environment, and with no more coaching or training, what are they going to do? They're going to do what they were taught. They're going to do what they taught over at this other organization or other firm, and regardless if it's in harmony with who they are. And just because they may have switched brands or switched companies, they're still dealing with the same frustrations because they're still doing business the exact same way they did it always before. And it was not in harmony, as I've said, a couple of times, not in harmony with who they are. So figuring it out and taking a personality test allows you to really see who you are and what makes you tick. And there's a lot of aha moments when you do this. And there's a lot of aha moments when you do this and you're talking about this with someone who understands the system itself, the test itself, and what it means. And if you can figure out who you are, what makes you tick, we can help put tools and actions in place that you're going to want to wake up and do every day because it's who you are. If you hate people, and when I say hate people, not actually hate, but it really just you're super introverted and introspective person, and you come into my office and I tell you, okay, what I need you to do is I need you to you have your list of your past clients. I'm going to need you to hold a party for them and invite 100 people, and I want you to talk to 100 people. For some people, that is literally going to make their insides crawl. They can't imagine having to be in that sort of situation.
Yeah, anxiety will definitely take over.
And so figuring out who you are, we can figure out what things to do because, I'm a firm believer that just about every personality type, regardless of what it is, has the ability to be successful in this business.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's no wrong personality type. There's a great book that I have. It's Positive Personality Profiles that really takes you in and digs you into every single one of them. And every personality profile I mean, they all have their strength. Now they all have their weaknesses as well, but they all have their strengths, and they're all really, really good at certain things. So, Mark, you talked about the aha moments of taking the DISC test. You've taken the DISC test, I'm assuming.
I have.
And so what did it tell you, and what were those aha moments?
Things that I already kind of knew but didn't really think about it. I took the test, and without going into all the intricacies of the test, I am off the charts I and a very high D, secondary D. When we were talking about, we took it for our coach. And, after we took the test, he looked at it and he goes, Mark, when you get to the office, how long does it take you to get to your actual office? And I said, well, it really depends on what time I get there. If I get there early, I walk straight to it. But if I get there to, when there's people in the office, it'll take me 30, 45 minutes to actually make it to my office. He goes, yeah, I know. You walk around. This is the coach telling me this. He goes, you walk around and you talk to every single person there to see how they're doing, what's going on before you even make it to your office, go to work. That's your high I. That's who you are. That's, it's what you do. And I was like, every single day. That's exactly what I do. He goes, well, this is what you need to do to help with your business. It fits with you. And then, on the high D, you can do this. It was just an aha of, yeah, that's who I am. I know it's who I am, but taking the test and having someone explain why it is who you are allows you to take that information and really mold your actions and the task that you put yourself to grow.
Yeah, let's put those pieces into perspective. The D, I, S, and C. You heard Mark talk about being a high I. So what is a high I? High I is someone who's going to be more influencing and inspirational. This is your person that likes to talk a lot, loves people, enjoys communicating, always wants to conversate. Your D, let's go back to the D. Your D is going to be your driver and your doer. These are your people that are just like head down to the grindstone, one way, and that's they not a whole lot of distractions, and they're just going. Your S is your steady, stable kind of person, just kind of steady Eddie. I got this thing, and they just kind of roll with it. And then the last one is C. This is your correct, cautious, careful type of person. Now, it's funny because being from the accounting industry, you would think most people fall into that C category. But myself, when I was tested, I am actually high D with next level I. So I fall in that doer category from that standpoint. So
and I guess when you look at it, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong here. That's probably one of the reasons that being an accountant was not jiving with you on a daily basis.
That's right. Exactly.
While you could be correct, you really didn't give a crap about being correct. You wanted to go do. You wanted to get out there and do something more. And so that's why over time, it became a drag on your life, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So figuring out who you are and who your personality is a great way to tell you, number one, am I doing the right things? Why am I unhappy? Or it's just not, my potential's just not there. I'm not motivated all the time. Understanding this piece will really help you out in whatever you're doing. But specifically, let's talk about, where you fall on the spectrum and the type of lead generation you may do if you're in the real estate industry.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we've sat down, and after we have implemented this into our training and consulting piece, it's the first thing we do. We sit down with someone and we give them a DISC test. And they come, we have agents that come to us, hey, I want to grow my business, for whatever reason. They may be struggling. They may be hitting a plateau. They may want more time. There's various reasons why people come in and want to chat with us. And the first thing we do is we give them a DISC test. We say, okay, do me a favor, take this 5-minute test, and we're gonna start from there. we had an agent come join us probably about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and was just restarting their business and trying to figure out what and how they were going to do that. And after going through this test and looking at everything, we came to the determination, while this person liked the idea of being an uber relationship-driven person, her personality really was that high driver, really, a person that, what really made they did well at was, just cold lead generation and pulling, and when I say cold, I don't mean it in a bad way, but getting leads from various different sources and being able to work that into her business.
Volume-based.
Volume-based.
Yep,
There you
yep.
go. And so we put some strategies in place for this person that took her down that path and took away some other items. And within 6 months, this person's business was flourishing. And the strategies that were in place were just, mushrooming. And they were just doing fantastic. And why? Because she did it every single day. When she got up during in the morning, it did not bother her to get up on and start working her leads, and it just fit. All right. On the other side, we've had folks that have come in that are doing that. I've had a person come in that was just was door knocking, cold calling, picking up the phone and calling anybody and everybody. And, it just didn't fit well with the personality.
It drained them.
It did. And this person, if you would have asked them before they entered the real estate business, hey, come join us. You're gonna have to make 200 phone calls a day to people that you don't know that don't really want to hear from you, in hopes to get 2 leads out of it. If you would have told this person they had to do that, they would have literally cut tail and run and not join the business. But they didn't know. They got into a program of, this is how you do it. This is what works. The formula aspect, like we've done before, and got frustrated. Joined us, took a disc test, put things in front of them, said, you like people, like a lot. Like, you really like to talk to people and like to have conversations and are really, that high I personality, a little bit of D. So this is really where you need to go. You need to really hone in and take your past clients and even people that you've met in your other business worlds, and you need to go deep with them. And it was amazing. Again, 6 months is this magic number. If you're doing things consistently, things turn around and things change. And, a person who was barely minimally making any money turned around and is probably going to do $250,000 in commissions this year after, a year and a half or 2 years of doing things that fit well with personality.
Yeah, it's funny. So, agents that would be on that high I, that talkative kind of influential type personality profile, it's kind of funny. They'll get put in this formula, let's call it, to do more colder type stuff. Well, the weakness within the I is the fear of rejection.
Yep.
So somebody, you force somebody into that, then they can't stand it. Because let's just be honest, in that type of lead generation, it's the get as many no's as you can because you're eventually going to get a yes.
Right.
Well, all those no's, every one of them add up, and they do. It just kind of chisels a little bit from that high I person.
It's that death by a million cuts.
Yeah.
And it's something that just, when we talking about this person and this individual that came in that same situation, they were ready to give up. They literally came to us about a job opportunity in one of our other companies that is not real estate sales. And after we sat down and met with this person, I was like, dude, you got to give it another chance. There's a better way to do business, and we really think you got the ability to do it. And just trust us. Mm-hmm. Come, join us, trust us. We will help you along the way. We will give you every opportunity, and we're going to find a way to make you successful. And it's going to be in a way that you like and that you don't dread it every single day. That's my passion. When you look at what drives you, what's the sweet spot, seeing that, putting those plans of actions into place, those are the things that get me up in the morning and make me excited about going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that's something that we want to do for you guys too. So, if you're interested in taking this DISC test, we'd love to get it out to you. We're going to put a link in the show notes to where all you have to do is take that and then get it back to us. And we'll be able to, what we can do is we can basically assess it, get that information back to you, show you basically who you are, where you fit on the spectrum. And then even after that, if you want to just do like a quick call, we can tell you how to tailor that within your business that you're doing right now.
Sure. Yeah. Obviously, our coaching consulting is not completed in a 30-minute phone call. It's an ongoing process, but this is a good jump start for folks that really want to kind of get an idea of who they are. Maybe haven't had the opportunity to take this test. Guys, it's not a scary test. It literally would take you 5 minutes. It is not. This is not a point and click. This is a PDF that you're going to print out and you're going to circle some stuff. A one-sheeter, send it back, and then we'll grade it and have a conversation about it. It's nothing scary. Again, 5 minutes of your time of circling a couple of answers.
Yeah, and to get to know who you are, really who you are from that standpoint, it would be very beneficial in your business.
Absolutely. Guys, it's been a fantastic another episode. This DISC test and the sweet spot has really revolutionized how we run our organizations, and hopefully you got something out of it. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Take care.